Let me make sure I'm set up and we will get going. Hey guys, I see we got a few people waiting. Awesome. Glad you guys are liking the game. What do we got in so far? Hey, welcome back, Ref Wolf and Nick. Hey, Luke to Duke. Awesome, awesome. And Javier, awesome. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, welcome back. We get started very soon. Just gotta make sure we're all good to go. Perfect. Hey guys, and Baronator, welcome back, welcome back. All right, I would like to congratulate, I did delete the story. I'd like to congratulate Richard Green. Hey, I'm glad you like it, Nick. The music's just for the intro. While I set up and stuff. What's up, Ronnie? Guys, I'd like to congratulate Richard Green for entering the Hall of Champions, and I would also like to thank Javier and Mike Tones. Hey, no problem, Baronator. I would also like to thank Javier and Mike Tones for donating to the channel. They are now entered into the Hall of Support. I'm going to put my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. Oops, I did that twice. Give me a second. I meant to only do that once. I am going to just pin this for anybody. Don't worry about it. Don't feel pressured, guys. We're just here to have fun and play. But I did want to say special thanks to Javier and Mike. You guys are officially in the Hall of Support now. You're the first two people in. Thank you. Richard, again, congratulations. Yes, Mike, thank you. Is the 20 equal mod thing still? No, Nick. I don't think I'm going to auction off the mod spot. I don't think I'm going to auction off the mod spot. I want to be careful. I gotta make sure that this environment stays fun, fair, and friendly, and so I have to vet and make sure, if you guys are here for long enough, we'll consider adding, I will need to add more mods. 100, oh my god, we might do a mod. We're not doing a mod auction. I want to be fair. It's got to go to somebody who truly supports the wink, the wink brawny. It's funny, Mike. It's hard to read and talk sometimes. I want to make sure that the channel is moderated by people who believe in the mission of a fair, friendly, fun environment. So I know you guys do. I'm keeping track of who's been here for a while. If I do 100 push-ups, can I enter the Hall of Champs? No, you have to earn your spot into the Hall of Champs, Ref. You guys buy your spot on the Hall of Support. You earn your spot on the Hall of Champions and the Hall of Fame. Mike, brother, thank you again for the donation. Javier, thank you again. Guys, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. All right, guys, we're going to start off with What's That Balloon? The first person to correctly guess what I am making. Yeah. Turn the channel up. First person to correctly guess what I am making. We'll get a point on the scoreboard. And yes, the scoreboard is reset every single game, as is the battleship. Luke to Duke starts it with a sword guess every single time I start, so I stopped starting with the sword. First person to correctly guess what I am making. All right, guys, here it is. Who's got it? It's not a shark. Oh, it's a swan. Let me see you, the first person on my screen. We always start with a couple balloons just to let people join. The first person on my screen who said swan was Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, let me go ahead and add your name to... I gotta change the lighting a little bit so I can see a little bit better. Perfect. Luke to Duke, welcome to the scoreboard. Luke to Duke coming in with the first point of the stream. The stream always lasts for 2 hours. The game plays about an hour and 55 minutes. All right, we're going to continue on. One more round of Guess That Balloon. And then we're going to go on to a fan favorite of Blurt. I know how much you guys love Blurt. Hey, this fireworks for the new sub. All right. Happy birthday to you in 10 days. Already done, guys. What is it? First person to guess. It's one of the fastest things. Man, Luke, you beat me to sword. You beat me to sword. Sword was correct. I don't know if you're the first person to say it, but man, you can type it faster than I can make it. That's why I have to learn more balloons to stay ahead of my regulars. Another point for Luke Duke. And since Luke Duke is already in the Hall of Champions, he is trying to beat the high score currently held by Javier Goatman, who has 49 points in one stream. And no, he was not the only person in the stream. All right, Mr. Tinkles, welcome. Guys, we're going to move on to a game of Blurt. Oops. Oh, I hope you guys didn't see the answer there. I dropped it on the floor. That means I'm just going to pick another one. All right, guys. This is the game show where I host the games. You guys are the players. I host them. I keep track of the scores. You guys are competing. Now, Blurt is a fan favorite. This is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for two words. The first person to number the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out this round. The first definition, water that has frozen solid. The second definition, a complicated winding series of paths through which it is hard to find one's way. Ice is correct. Who's going to get this? Maze is correct. All right, let me see on my screen. Who was the first person to say ice? It would be Mike Tones. Mike, it's good to see you back. Thank you. It's good to see you. I got so many people coming back and playing games. This is awesome. I'm glad you guys, it's good to see you guys play and then you guys come back. This is awesome. And just so you guys know, Mike Tones, welcome to the scoreboard. And let me get, who was the first person on my screen to say maze? Who's the first person on my screen to say maze? Looks like it was Ref Wolf. All right. Let me go ahead and add Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, welcome to the scoreboard. Now, just so you guys know, on the scoreboard, I have two colors of players. If they were a pinkish reddish color like Luke Duke is, that means they're already in the Hall of Champions. If they were a blue or purplish color, that means whoever has the highest score with a blue or purplish name is going to enter the Hall of Champions. One person enters the Hall of Champions every single stream. Firework for the new self. One person enters the Hall of Champions every single stream. You can either come here and compete or you can come here and have fun. Doesn't matter to me. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt where I will give you the dictionary definition for two words. The first person to give me the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, a narrow street or passage between buildings. The second definition, a material made from animal skin or hide that has been cleaned and tanned. And we do play multiple games on this stream. All right, I'm going to give it to Luke Duke. I know you had a typo. Typos are okay for this game. Leather is good. There's only one game I am very strict on typos, and that is password, which you guys will see tonight. First person to say Allie was Luke Duke. Typos are okay on every game so far for now, except for password, just because I like the challenge of that. First person to say leather would be Dovid. I see you had a typo as well. Like I said, that is okay. All right, Dovid, let me go ahead and add you to the scoreboard. Welcome to the scoreboard, Dovid. Let me give you your point. Luke Duke in the lead with 3 points for, well, I shouldn't say in the lead because he's competing to beat the high score. Currently, we have Mike Tones, Ref Wolf, and Dovid tied for entering the Hall of Champions. Hey, Chibi, welcome back. Good to see you. Guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for two words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, to shout or cry out loudly. The second definition, a small flat piece of plastic, metal, or bone for plucking the strings of a guitar or other instrument. Scream is not correct. It is actually yell. It is yell. Scream is close, and this is the dictionary definition, and that comes with it. And pick is correct as well. All right, Brawny, welcome back, Brawny. Brawny is also a previous champion, so Brawny will be entered in as pink, just to keep track for you guys and me. Brawny coming in with 1 point. welcome to the scoreboard for today's show, Bronny. And the first person on my screen who said pick. The first person on my screen who said pick. It also looks like it was Bronny. That was a close one. I'm going to just double check. Does look like it was Bronny. Bronny coming in with 2 points. Luke, watch out. Bronny's catching up. All right. Continuing on. You are tryharding. All right. All right, guys. We are going to... You said yell first. Did you say yell first? Luke, give me 1 second. I will do the dispute. Give me 1 second. On my screen, Baronator said tell first, but I can tell that is an obvious... typo. So, and I can always pull up my, I'm going to go ahead and do it for anybody who's new here. Just so you guys know, the 3 things about this chat or the 3 things about this game show are the 3 F's: fair, fun, and friendly. So, very soon in the next few days, I will have the chat permanently on the screen. I just have to abide by YouTube's guidelines so I don't get banned. You can see Baronator said tell, and then Luke Duke said yell. All right, we're going to continue on. Fair is one of the most important things in this show for me. So we're going to continue on. We're going to play another. You're pulling an all-nighter for the stream. Well, we have 2 hours. These streams are always 2 hours long. We're going to continue on, play another round of Blurt, where I will give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to correctly guess the word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: an animal that looks like a rabbit but is larger and has longer ears. The second definition: a small feathered ball used in badminton. Hair is correct. Dovid. I thought they were the same thing. Dovid. Correct. And the second one was a small feathered ball used in badminton. I did not know that this was the word for it. It is not birdie. It is not wiffle ball. It is shuttlecock. Congratulations to Baronator. And Dovid, it looks like you currently took the lead and you are in first place for entering the Hall of Champions. Guys, give me a second. I do have to add Baronator. To the scoreboard. Baronator, welcome to the scoreboard for today's chat. And Baronator, you are also a champion, so you're coming in as pink. All right. Continuing on. All right, guys. Another round of Blurt. This is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition: a device that can take photographs or motion pictures. The second definition: a thin strand of metal. Camera is correct. 1 point to Bronny. Wire is correct. 1 point. Oh, let me just make sure. I realize this. Yes, 1 point to Javier. Oh, Javier, welcome to the scoreboard, where Luke Duke is determined to take your high score off. I will have you guys know, to be fair, if somebody ties the high score stays with the first person to get that score. So you must beat the high score. Currently, to beat the high score, you need 50 points, because the high score is currently 49 points. It is going to be hard, I agree. Bronny, you did get the camera point. Yes, I did give you the camera point. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt, where I give you guys 2 dictionary definitions, and the first person to correctly guess the word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, and up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: someone in charge of a group of workers. The second definition: the larva of a fly, similar to a small worm in appearance. Hey, Nick, it was good to see you, man. I will be doing more tomorrow. Foreman is correct. Maggot is correct. Give me 1 second. Who is the first person on my screen to say Foreman? That would be Javier. And the first person on my screen to say Maggot would be Brawny. A point for you. I see Dan Crows, you said Maggie, which is a typo. If that would have been first, I would have accepted it, especially since that is the name of my ex. I would have accepted it. Now, continuing on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition, the front part of the head. The second definition, one of 4 equal parts. Face is correct. One of 4 equal parts. Quarter is correct. Guys, I apologize if that joke was too far. I want to keep it friendly. I apologize if that joke was over the top. I do want to keep this friendly environment. Sometimes things slip. Sometimes things slip. Baronator got the point for face. And who got the point for quarter? On my screen, it was Javier. It was James M. You were very close second. Javier, you got the point for quarter. Spill the tea. Oh, man. All right, guys. We are going to continue on with another round of Blurt. This is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. And then we're going to switch up the game right after this. The first definition, a male deer, rabbit, or antelope. Hey, Mike Tones, awesome. Check my community post in the morning, and I will post the times for tomorrow's streams. Thank you again, Mike, for the donation and entering the Hall of Support. I hope to catch you again on another one. Buck is correct. The second definition, a room or building where work of art are shown or sold. Awesome. I try to do multiple streams a day. I try to stream every day. Gallery is correct. All right, the first person on my screen who said Buck would be James M. Go ahead and give me 1 second, James M. All right, James M., I have to add you to the scoreboard. Welcome to the scoreboard, James M. And James M., it looks like this is your very first time earning a point on this game show, which means after this stream, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. You are currently number 102. Congratulations. And the first person on my screen who said gallery would be Dank Rose. Dank Rose, welcome to the scoreboard. I have to add your name as well. Give me 1 second. Make sure I spell it right. It's very important I spell especially new players' names right. I might shorthand returning players, but Dank Rose, also congratulations. It looks like this is the first time you've earned a point on this game, which means you will be entered into the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. All you have to do is earn 1 point on the Hall of Fame. I believe you are number 103. I will update it after here. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Chibi, I can go back and check, but I am very confident that it was them. This fireworks for whoever subbed. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition. Trending. If you want your name added, you must earn a point. You must be the first person to get the point. You must earn your way on the scoreboard. Earn your way on the Hall of Fame. All right, we're going to move on back on to Blurt. This is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. And the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition. A light wooden frame covered with cloth, paper, or plastic, flown in the wind at the end of a long string. The second definition. A playing card with 1 mark in the center. Kite is correct. That is a point for Brawny on my screen. Ace is correct. That is a point for Luke the Duke. Well, trending. Maybe this could be a good opportunity to practice. I know when I lived in Spanish-speaking countries, that was the best time for me to practice my Spanish. All right, hold on, Chibi. Let me check. Let me check, Chibi. We have a discrepancy in the chat, guys. All right, guys. We have a discrepancy in the chat. Let me just make sure that I am being fair. Everybody, stop. We're gonna just make sure. Chibi said it was him. Hold on. Everybody stop. We're going to pull this out right now. I like to be fair. All right, guys, I will show you my chat. On my screen, it does say Luke the Duke said ace first, and then Chibi, you said ace fourth. So, and I will check the other one. We'll see who said kite first, just to make sure. First person on my screen to say kite was, in fact, Brawny, and I did give him the point. I'm going to go back up, and yep. All right. Chibi, I did check, but that is final. You all saw the chat. So we're going to continue on. Dank Rose. You plead the fifth. All right. I did show you guys for that. I will check one more time. And I will also explain it for the newcomers here. Let me see who said camera first. Dank Rose. I will go back and I will show you my screen. Guys, how the internet works is if you guys both on your screens show, or if you send a message very close to the same time that somebody else sent a message on their phone, it'll show both of you that you were both the first person to send the message. And since I'm hosting, I'm getting the messages, and we need some way to break ties. So we just go off of my screen to break ties. I might not be the most fair, but we have to have some type of system, and I truly, truly do value fairness. So, gallery, yeah, I gave you the point for gallery. That's when you entered. All right, you said camera first. Oh, camera was way up here. Let me see, where was camera, guys? Actually, camera, if it's too far back in the chat, guys, it actually will not let me go back, and I do apologize for that. But I'm sorry, guys, if you could try to dispute it a little bit faster, because it only lets me go so far back in the chat. But I assure you, I do try to make this as fair as possible. All right, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to know me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, something that is known to be true or to have really happened. The second definition, painful awareness of having done something wrong. Fact is correct. All right, Luke the Duke, I heard your request. We will be doing that. I will do that, Luke. And Dank Rose on my screen, I can always confirm, Dank Rose on my screen got the point. Did I read the second? Okay, I must have read the second definition. You guys answered it. Guilt is correct. First person on my screen who said guilt was Luke the Duke. All right, guys, before we move on to the next game, I want you to check out your chats and compare it to the chats on my screen. I want you guys to see that sometimes when you guys all type at the exact same time, that it is going to show differently on your screen. So I'm just going to show you guys this, and if the messages don't match up on your screen and they don't match up on here, that's because I'm going to get the messages first, and it's going to both show you, it's going to show you guys at the same, it could show 5 people that they all said it first, when in fact somebody did say it first, and I will get it. So we need this, my chat is the tiebreaker. That Dank Rose said it first, said fact first, and Luke the Duke said guilt first on my screen. Now we're going to continue on. All right, as per all right, guys, as per Luke's request. We're going to play a round. We're going to play a challenging round. We're going to play a challenging round of Guess That Balloon. The first person to correctly guess what I am making will earn a point on the scoreboard. Epilepsy warning. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. I don't know if it's more challenging for you guys to guess what I'm making or for me to see what I'm doing. Oh, guys, that one popped. I will tell you it was, in fact, going to be a gun. I will tell you it was going to be a gun. So I'm going to stop right there. I got to be careful with that light because I apologize. I forgot to give the epilepsy warning. Who's the first person on my screen to say gun? Sorry for the flashbang. I definitely forgot to say epilepsy warning. I have to remember to do that. Bronny, you were the first person on my screen who said gun. We're going to continue on. We're going to do one more round of Blurt, and we're going to switch it up. We're going to do one more round of Blurt. We're going to switch it up. For everybody new here, this stream is 2 hours long every single time. Whoever gets the most points on the scoreboard who's not already on the Hall of Champions will enter the Hall of Champions. One person enters every single stream. We've already had 2 people enter today. One more will enter tonight. I try to stream every single day. We're going to play another round of Blurt, where I will give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition: a tool with a long handle and a flat blade used to loosen soil and dig up weeds. The second definition: a structure in a living cell that controls its important activities, such as growth, development, and reproduction. O is correct. It is not mitochondria. According to the meme, there's the powerhouse of the whatever. Can't remember. Science, that was a long time ago for me. Not what I went into, is not hormones. Mr. Tinkles, welcome. I like that you've been playing. Powerhouse of the cell, that's right. That's what it was. It's not correct, guys. It starts with an N. I will give a guess. And just so you guys know, for Blurt, Blurt has 2 colored cards, red and blue. So one round consists of one side. The next round consists of the other side. The blue ones are easier words. The red ones are harder words. And I alternate. One round will be blue words. The other one will be red, back and forth. Nucleus is correct. Nucleus is correct. The first person on my screen who said ho would be Mr. Tinkles. You had a typo. You said how. However, I do allow typos for this game. So congratulations, I'm going to give you the point. Welcome to the scoreboard, Mr. Tinkles. Typos are okay for every game except for one that we're going to be playing next. Let me make sure I spell your name right. Mr. Tinkles, welcome to the scoreboard. And it looks like this is your first time earning a point on this game show, which means after the show, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, or once you enter, you never leave. I do realize I might have to turn that music down. It's a little loud. Who's the first person to say nucleus? First person on my screen. Who said nucleus? Dovid, you said nulus. That is close enough, I think. I'm just going to give it to you. The second definition was a structure in a living cell that controls its important activities, such as growth, development, and reproduction. It was nucleus. Dovid, I'm going to give you it. And I think eventually I'm going to stop accepting typos I want to accommodate everyone, so there's going to be a lot of games I accept typos, and there's going to be certain games I don't accept typos. But I'm going to give you that one. Password is the one exception. No typos are accepted. We're actually going to play a round of password right now. That's okay. All right, we are Ref Wolf. Then I am very sorry. I am in the United States. I will have you guys know when I do trivia eventually on this, it will never be United States specific trivia because only a quarter of my audience are even in the United States. I understand most of you come from all over around the world, so I will never do United States specific trivia. All right, guys. We're going to move on to password. How password works is you guys have to correctly guess my one-word password based off the clues and the hints that I give. This is where I do not accept typos. Capitalization does not matter. I do not accept typos because it makes it more fun because the game is called Password. So, first person to correctly get it right, word by word. Oh, I used a bunch of these words last one, so I have to be careful. All right, guys, this is something you sit on at a park. This is a long seat would be actually the definition. Bench would be correct. First person to spell it correctly was Luke to Duke. 1 point for Luke to Duke. We're going to move on to another round of... Oh. Okay, I'm going to make sure I give the points out correctly. All right, we're going to move on to another round of password where the first person to correctly guess my one-word password based off the clues and the hints that I give will get a point on the scoreboard. You are not allowed to have a typo, but capitalization does not matter. This is a common tool for carpenters and construction workers to screw in a screw to the wall or wood fast. Drill would be correct. Guys, I don't know if you were saying hammer before I finished that, but I was laughing. I was laughing to see hammer. It was pretty funny because I don't know if you've ever tried to hammer in a screw, but it sucks. I've done it for fun. All right, the first person on my screen to say drill was Javier. I love this game because I know the answer, so seeing it was before you finished. I figured it was. James M., welcome to Password. You only have to give one word. Only one word. Yeah, that's fair. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Password. You have to guess my one-word password based off the clues and the hints that I give. The first person to correctly spell it right, guess it and spell it right with no typos, gets a point on the scoreboard. All right, guys, this is a coin worth 5 cents in the U.S. and Canada, and this is also a medal. $1.2 loop to do. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're right. That was a typo. Loop to do. That was a typo. Sorry, guys. I just started implementing that rule today. Oh, no. That was a typo. I just took your point away. Who was the first person to spell it right? Thank you for that reminder. I have to remember that that is a strict rule on this one. Nickel. That would be Javier. I did take Luke Duke's point away for the typo. Thank you for the reminder. Yep. All right, one more round of Password. We'll have to do that one. Yes, the typo saved you. This typo got Luke, but saved Javier. Oh, man. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password without any typos will get a point on the scoreboard. You guys have to guess based off of my clues and hints. All right, sometimes you can press a button to blank a bomb, or if you pull the pin on a grenade and throw it a few seconds later, it will blank. Detonate is correct. Javier was the first person to say it correctly. Or you spell it correctly. Detonate. And this is the only game I play so far where typos matter. Just because usually I'm leaning on typos, but for this one, since it's called Password, I think it would be more fun to make it strict. All right, we're going to play one more Password. We're going to go back to Blurt, which is a fan favorite. I know a lot of you guys love Blurt. Hey, no problem. Welcome back, Mr. Tinkles. Hey, James M. Good to see you again. We're going to play another round of Password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password without any typos, based off my clues and hints, will get a point on the scoreboard. We live on planet Earth, and this is another word for planet Earth. This is a giant, huge blank with 8 billion people estimated. World is correct. Yes, we can do some more balloons. First person to spell world correctly on my screen was Bronny. We're going to move on to... What is it? Popped balloon. Let me get that out of here. We're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to correctly give me the word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, the tall main stem of a tree from which the branches grow. The second definition, a male sheep. Trunk is correct, 1 point for, I think, Luke to Duke, but I'm going to confirm just because my chat is scrolling. It is not lamb. Trunk is correct. 1 point for Luke to Duke. Javier, he's coming for your score. Ram is correct. The first person on my screen who said ram would be Dovid. Oh, sorry. I gave the point to the wrong person right there. Do you like to be fair? All right, I'm going to read the scores real quick. And yes, the scoreboard will be changing the next week to make it easier for you guys to see. I'm going to read the champions' scores first. Former champions who are not eligible to join the Hall of Champions because they're already in it. Luke to Duke, you have 7. Brawny, you have 7. Javier, you have 6. Baronator, you have 2. Now I'm going to read the scores for everyone else who is competing to enter the Hall of Champions. In first place currently, but this is a 2-hour stream. It is subject to change. Don't get comfortable. It would be Dovid with 4 points. Congratulations, Dovid. You're currently in the lead. And then Dank Rose has 2 points. And then James and Mr. Tinkles, Ref Wolf, and Mike Tones are all tied with 1 point. I do believe Mike Tones left, so that is a little bit left competition. But his score stays on, because what if he comes back? I'm not going to reset people till after the stream. What state am I in? I'm in the United States in the Midwest. I am right around Chicago. We're going to continue on with another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to correctly guess the word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players, and then we're going to switch up the game right after here. The first definition, a small, thin piece of stiff paper or plastic. The second definition, a spoon with a long handle and a bowl shaped like a cup used for dipping. Ladle is correct. First definition repeated, a small, thin piece of stiff paper or plastic. First person on my screen to say ladle was Mr. Tinkles. I'm waiting on... Card is correct. First person on my screen who said card was Javier. Guys, we're going to try 5-second rule again. I know it didn't go as fluidly as I would have liked last stream, so we're going to try it again, and I see why it's not going fluid, because I apologize, I didn't sift through it. And I do need to sift through it to make sure I don't have to go do what I'm doing right now. Oh, wow. All right. We will do this. Actually, we're going to do both of these. So we're going to do 2 rounds of name 3. All right, this is how it works, guys. 5-second rule. And, of course, this is a variation to work on the stream. 5-second rule is where you have to name 3 things in the category that I give you. But this is a different one than the other games. You have to put all 3 of your guesses in one comment. You're allowed as many comments as you want, but all 3 of your guesses must be in one comment, and all 3 of those must fit into the category. So, the first category, and we're only going to do one at a time until I get the answer, then we'll move on. All right. Name 3 beaches. Name 3 beaches in one comment. The first person to correctly name 3 beaches anywhere from around the world, and I will be Googling it in one comment. We'll get the point. Luke DeDuke, you said your friend is joining in a sec. His name's Ryan. Awesome. Thanks for inviting your friend, Luke DeDuke. That's awesome. All right, guys. All right, I think, Dank Rose, I think you have it. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. I like to confirm, so I think you have it. I know I've heard of Pensacola Beach, but I'm still going to Google it to be fair. Still going to Google it. I don't know why I started at the end. Pensacola is correct. Let me Google your first couple. Panama City Beach. That sounds like a beach. It's got beach in the name. That's correct. All right, let me check his middle one. If Long Beach is a beach, which I'm fairly certain it's the name of City Beach. Ooh. Uh-oh. Long Beach is a city, but is there a beach named Long Beach? Uh-oh. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes, it is. I just had to check. I was getting nervous for you for a second. Dank Rose, you got the point. All right, guys, we're going to do... Yes, it said that there was a few cities named Long Beach. So, all right, guys, we're going to do another round. All right, guys, we're going to play one more round of 5-second rule, and we're going to switch it up. Name 3, and I'm going to reiterate for this because this is a newer game to the channel. You must give all 3 of your guesses in one comment. Name 3 types of sports balls in one comment. The first person correctly name 3 types of sports balls in one comment will get the point on the scoreboard. All right, Luke DeDuke, basketball, soccer ball, tennis ball. I will give you the point. All right, guys, we're going to continue on with a different game. First person to correctly guess what I am making. We're going to play a quick round of Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I am making will get a point on the scoreboard. And I will be learning more balloons. There's not a story. I'm just going to hold it. Heart is correct. Heart was correct. Let me go ahead and see who said it first. On my screen, I will award the point out. Luke DeDuke. Another point for Luke DeDuke. Luke DeDuke, you're really trying to get that high score, I see. Game on. Hey, Just for Fun Fishing, welcome back. Ref Wolf said he didn't even type. That's funny. All right, guys, how about we play 2 rounds of Blurt? Of course, 1 round at a time, and then let's play a round of Battleship. We should have time for 2 rounds of Blurt and then a round of Battleship before the break, the halfway break. All right, guys, Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition: a vehicle that has 3 wheels and is usually propelled by pedals. The second definition: a parent or parents and their children. I will check, James. I will check. Tricycle is correct. I will go back and check. Family is correct. James, let me finish giving the points for this round, and I will go check. First person to say tricycle on my screen. Bronny K. Truick. Ooh, Bronny, you know what? You were probably trying to say trike, weren't you? I'm going to go ahead and give it to you for that one. I see that was a typo, and I see what you were trying to say was probably trike, so I'm going to give it to you. First person to say family, just for fun fishing. Let me add you to the scoreboard. Welcome to the scoreboard for today, just for fun fishing. Good to see you back. All right, I'm going to check and see. James M says, "Are you sure my heart wasn't first?" I am sure, but I'm going to show you guys. I am always going to show you guys. I might not always show you guys when there's a dispute. I mean, if you ask, I will absolutely show you the chat. Very soon, I will have the chat up here so you guys can always see it. Because I want to be as fair as possible. All right. Here, let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys make sure you guys can see it. Here was roughly the start of the round. We're going to go down until we see the first person who said heart. Luke Duke said heart, and then Javier, and then James M. Please remember, we're using my screen as a tiebreaker, and if you all sent it right around the same time, and on all of you guys' screens, it will say you sent it first, and we need some level of system. So we go off of my screen. All right, we are going to continue on. How much time do we have until the break? We have plenty. We're going to play another round of Blurt, and then we're going to play a round of Battleship. You swear I'll catch one of them. That's funny. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. And the first person to tell me the correct word for either, you're welcome, James. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, the pattern of grooves in a tire that enables it to grip the road. The second definition, a sudden, violent rush of startled animals. Tread is correct. 1 point for just for fun. Stampede is correct. Oh, just for fishing. My apologies. I read that wrong, trying to read everything. I'm going to go ahead and double check on my screen. Just for fun fishing said tread first, and the first person to say Stampede was also just for fun fishing. 2 more points for you. Oh, wrong color. I've learned I have to keep everything color-coded on here for organization, and I ruined a lot of markers when I do the slash through, and I go through 4 different colors. I ruin the tip of the marker. All right. Good job, good job. Currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions would be Dovid with 4 points, and then Dank Rose and Just for Fun Fishing with 3, and I will read all the scores either before or after I go on break. We are going to... Do we have enough time? We got enough time. We're going to play a round of Battleship. Do not start guessing yet if you're new here. Hey, Loop-de-doop, that's awesome. A fridge for your birthday. That's such an interesting, fun thing. All right, guys. I'm going to explain the rules for Battleship. I hope I reset the board. I'm very sorry if I didn't. I did. Good. Up to 30 points can be handed out during the rounds of Battleship. I have a bunch of ships hidden on my Battleship grid. It is your guys' job to guess where I hid them. My battleships are on a 10 by 10 grid as shown below. The columns, you guys have to pair a letter with a number. The rows are lettered A, B, C, from the top to bottom, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, from A to J. The columns are numbered from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't start yet. Start when you hear the ding, 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 but not yet. You guys have to pair a letter with a number, guessing where I hid my battleships. So, for example, you could say A1 or J10 or anything in between. You are allowed as many guesses as you'd like, but only 1 guess per comment. Only 1 guess per comment. Jeff Mom, welcome to the game. All right, guys, we're gonna have to stop it right there. We had so many guesses, we're gonna have to stop it right there. I'm only accepting the guesses that are above my chat. I'm only accepting the guesses that are above my chat. When I said done. Oh no, where are my pegs? They're right here. Many points can be handed out during this round. The first person to hit that part of the ship will get the point. If multiple people hit the same part of the ship, the point only goes to the first person. All right, first guess. D5. We have a hit. D5. We have a hit. Congratulations, Jeff Mom. Jeff Mom, I have to add you to the scoreboard. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Jeff Mom, welcome to the scoreboard. Give me 1 second. And Jeff Mom, it looks like this is your first time earning a point on this game show, which means congratulations. After this stream, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. We just hit 100 people in the Hall of Fame last episode. I think you're 103 or 104. We're going to continue on. A5 is a miss. C4, miss. A1, miss. H3, hit. H3 is a hit. We have Bronny, another point for Bronny. And continuing on. B1, hit. One more point for Luke to Duke. Whoever subbed, this firework is for you. B5, miss. C1, miss. A6, miss. E5, hit and sunk. There's nothing extra for sinking a ship. I just let you guys know. E5 was a hit and sink from Baronator. Let me go and give Baronator the point. And continuing on. G5, miss. F6, miss. D1, miss. C5, miss. F4, miss. H4, hit. And I do show the board at the end of the stream. Bronny, another point for Bronny. Where are you, Bronny, on the scoreboard? There we go. Bronny, you're at 10. I forgot, I'm going to start reading the scores after I give you guys a point. Moving forward, I'm trying to get in the habit. E1, hit. That is a point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you're at 11. F1, hit. Another point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you're at 12. E10, miss. B6, miss. B5, miss. A1, miss. H6, where is H6? Miss. It's fireworks for the new sub. G1, hit. That's another point for Luke to Duke. Give me 1 second. Gotta get the peg. Luke to Duke, 13 points. D5, hit, but it was already a hit. I only award the hit to the first person to hit it. E5, hit, but it was already a hit. G10, hit. G10 is a hit. That is another point for Baronator. Baronator, you are at 4 points. Baronator, 4 points. A1, miss. H1, hit. 1 point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you are at 14 points. J5, miss. And that is the last one I am reading. That is the last one I am reading. We are officially done with that round of Battleship. There's about 20 points left. There's about 20 points left that can be earned in Battleship. For those of you that are new here, I reset the Battleship between streams. Streams are 2 hours long. It stays the same throughout the stream. And whoever gets the most points on the scoreboard who's not already in the Hall of Champions will be entered in the Hall of Champions. Only one person enters every game. Only one person. You see a pink name, they are already in the Hall of Champions. Congratulations. That was a lot of points. All right, guys, let me see. How much time are we at? It is just about time to go on break. This is the halfway point of the show where we take a 5-minute break. Luke, you are at 14. I'm going to go ahead and read the scores. I'm going to read the former champions scores first. Luke points. Brawny's at 10, Baronator 4, Javier 7. Now I'm going to read everybody else. All the other players' points who are competing to enter the Hall of Champions. Mike Tones 1, Ref Wolf 1, Dovid 4, James M 1, Dank Rose 3, Mr. Tinkles 2, Just for Fun Fishing 3, Jeff Mom 1. It looks like Dovid is currently in the lead for entering the Hall of Champions with 4 points. That'll be decided roughly an hour from now. All right, guys, I'm going to explain how the 5-minute break works. When you guys hear the sound of the gong, the 5-minute break my 5 minutes have started. And I do keep a timer on me. I do keep a stopwatch on me so I can be back right after 5 minutes. So when you hear the sound of the gong, it started. When you hear the sound of the air horn, it is over. And real quick, I wanted to give another shout out to Javier, and I know he's not here, but still, thank you again, Javier and Mike Tones. They were the first people who donated to the channel, and that would be, if you donate to the channel, you enter the Hall of Support. There is no pressure on that. I just want you guys to be here, have fun. This fireworks the new sub. All right, guys, when you hear the sound of the gong, the break has started, and when you hear the sound of the air horn, that means we're continuing. This is the halfway point of the show. I will be back in 5 minutes for the second half, and we will see who enters the Hall of Champions. All right, break is almost over, but not quite. That is 5 minutes on the dot. Would you like to give a few more seconds for people to return from the break, make it fair, and we always start off slow with Guess That Balloon. There's a lot of chat to catch up with. I'm going to start catching up with it while I'm out there. I'll bring another device to be able to catch up with it, but I want to stay true to the game and get right back to it. So, hey, Baronator, no problem. This is why Mr. Tinkles, welcome back. Baronator, no problem. I try to stream every single day. How was the hike Shannon, from Chicago to Canada? I hitchhiked from Chicago to Canada last year. It was a little over 1,000 miles. Well, it was 750 miles roughly there, and then I hitchhiked about 250 back, but then I was on a time limit to catch a plane, so I had to rent a car the rest of the way back, but that was about a 1,000-mile journey. It was very, very fun. I was gone for, I think, just like a week. Very, very fun. I love hitchhiking, one of my favorite things to do. This year, I officially hit 10,000 miles hitchhiked around the United States. It was a goal of mine, and I did it on and off for the last 8 years. All right, guys, am I afraid of getting stolen is the funniest way I've ever heard kidnapped phrase. No, I am not. Thank you. I am also glad I made it. Thank you. All right, guys, we are going to continue on with Guess That Balloon. First person to correctly guess what I am. I have power banks. They can charge my phone 8 times each. I carry 2. I carry 2 power banks on me. And honestly, when I have such short trips like that, I don't even need to charge them. I just charge them before I go. Charge them before I go. What kind of power banks am I using? I think I have an Anker, and then I can't remember the brand of the other one. I will tell you that I have never replaced my Anker. I've been using my Anker for backpacking for the last 3 years, and it is a very good brand. I don't even know if you guys can hear me over this, but Anker is a very good brand of power banks. I think it fully charged my phone 7 or 8 times. I used it a lot on the Appalachian Trail as well, so it got banged up, and it was very durable. It was very, very durable. All right, guys, first person to correctly guess what I have made. Do I need to draw the horrible face I'm so bad at? Tiger was correct. I would have also accepted lion. Let me see who the first person on my screen to say Tiger was. And guys, since this is the last stream of the night, and of course someone will enter the Hall of Champions, I will be hanging out after the last stream of the night. You can't say kidnap because you're not a kid. Well, that's fair. Adult nap. All right, guys. I'm going to see the first person who said tiger or lion. Ace Boyd, welcome. First person to say tiger or lion on my screen would be just for fun fishing. Let me give you your point, just for fun fishing. All right, we're going to not do another round of balloon art. Yes, Baron, I highly recommend Anker. They're a very good brand, at least for me. I've never had any problems with them. I think I've had them for a lot of my backpacking in the last few years. All right, guys, we are going to play another round of Blurt. Guess your favorite balloon. Sword. The fancy sword, not the easy sword. That is my guess. I could be wrong, though. Guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition. The dictionary definition for 2 words. And the first person to correctly tell me the word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Luke, I figured with how many times you guess it right away. It's funny. That's why I had to stop making the sword first. All right, guys, the first definition, a young cat The second definition, a long, narrow ditch. Sword. Did you just guess sword? Oh, I thought you were guessing sword for a young cat. Kitten is correct. 1 point for Baronator. Baronator, where are you? There we go. And trench is correct. First person to say trench on my screen would also be Baronator. Baronator at 6 points. Guys, I'm trying to get in the habit of reading the points after I give you one. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Hello, Alexio Gaming. The first definition, water in the state of a gas. The second definition, a private road leading from a house or other building to the street. Call me Butter because I'm on a roll. That's okay, Alexia Gaming. I hope you're here to play. Have some fun. Driveway is correct, and steam is correct. The first person on my screen to say steam or driveway. Just for Fun Fishing was the first person to say driveway. Luke DeDuke was the first person to say steam. Just for Fun Fishing, you're at 5. Luke DeDuke, you're at 15. All right, this is going to be the system I do until I make the scoreboard electronic, is just reading out your points as I give them to you. But I can still read the whole board eventually as well if you guys like. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Brain not sending signal to hand. Bronny Lee, maybe turning it off and on would work. That is number 1 tech advice. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to give me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a small furry animal with sharp claws, whiskers at each side of the mouth, and usually a long tail. The second definition, small white pieces of dead skin that fall from the scalp. Can you pay 50 for mod? Oh, man, you guys really want me to auction off that mod. Cat is correct. Dandruff is correct. First person on my screen to say cat was Mr. Tinkles with a typo, spelling it with a K. You guys know typos are okay for this one. Mr. Tinkles, 3 points. First person to say dandruff was Bronny. Guys, I'm not going to right now sell a mod position. It is funny that you guys want me to, but I will tell you the integrity of this channel is extremely important to me, and I have been noticing who's been coming to these streams, and I have been noticing who's been upholding the rules and being good players and being good members of this community that we are building. So I have in my mind who one day I am thinking about adding mods, but you know, I do want you guys to stick around. I can't just hand it out left and right, because if I make the wrong person the mod, they can damage the channel. They can damage the channel. And so I am trying to be very careful about that, especially so early on, you know. There's a lot of things I have to consider, but I am going to need moderators. I am going to need moderators. All right, guys, we're going to continue on. We're going to continue on with another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Bronny, what are you curious about? I'm going to read the things and then I'll get to your question. The first definition, and up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. First definition, a game in which players act out a word or phrase for the other players to guess at. The second definition, a hollow place in a surface, usually caused by a blow or pressure. Baronator, explain 1 second. Charade is correct. Dent is correct. Oh, David, good to see you back. All right, the first person on my screen who said charade would be Just for Fun Fishing. Oh, wrong. Wrong marker. And the first person on my screen who said Dent, and then I'll answer you guys' questions, would be David. I'm gonna just double check. Dovid, 1 point for Dovid. Guys, all right. So here's how a mod. I'm gonna take a. However much time I take talking about this, I will add to the end of the show because I always like to give the same amount of time. So however much time we talk about this real quick, I will add to the end of the show because I want to be fair for people who are competing for the Hall of Champions. So for the moderators, this stream is starting to get bigger and there are a lot of comments, and I would like to keep this a fair, fun, and friendly environment for everybody who joins. I'd like people, I don't care if somebody's 70 years old, I don't care if somebody's 5 years old, I don't care where you are around the world. I want this to be a fair, fun, friendly environment for everybody who comes and plays, okay? I will one day need more moderators for the channel, and here's how somebody could damage the channel. First of all, fairness. If I give somebody even the most basic level of mod, give me 1 second, just for fun, and I'll check. FFF. If I give somebody the most basic level of mod, they can hide comments and they can I think they can shadow ban people or put people on timeout. And I have to make sure that I trust the people that I make mods, because to be fair, I want no cheating is one thing. And also they have to understand what is and isn't appropriate on this channel. And so I don't want people to left and right start banning people. I also don't want somebody who is easily offended and is going to start banning people left and right over that, because I'm also a very forgiving person when it comes to mistakes. And so some mistakes are, some people get a couple. Javier is trustworthy. I've known him for 17 years. I've known Javier for 17 years. So he's my oldest friend. And so I just need to be careful with it. I just need to be careful with it because I really, really want this to be fair, fun, and friendly, and that's a lot of responsibility for a mod. I take this channel, some channel mods ban everyone. What James just said, I'm aware, and so I just want to be careful because I'm putting a lot of effort into the stream, and I would like this stream to take off. I would like the stream to take off. I would like this to be something I do for a long time, and so I'm giving it the respect it deserves by treating it like it will be what I full-time do for hopefully a very long time. So I'm going to just be very careful. I'm also never going to hand out mod to somebody I just met. And there's even some people in person who have asked me to be a mod. I had a friend ask me to be a mod who's been a friend of mine for over a decade, and I told him no. So I am going to be very careful who I add as a moderator. I'm also a very honest person, so I feel bad that I even had to say what I just said, but awesome, James. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to catch up with you guys, and I do have it. I am keeping track of the time. It looks like we'll be adding about 3 minutes. Yes, just for fun. Yeah, watch your channel. Don't let someone mess it up for you. I am being careful. Don't forget what you're doing. Yes, this is a game channel, so guys, the integrity of keeping it fair is extremely important to me. It's extremely, extremely important to me. I don't want people to start thinking this is rigged. I don't want people to think that people are cheating. I don't want, if I want to turn this into a really big show and even maybe take it off of YouTube and go even bigger, I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, and it's important that right from day one, it is fair off the bat. I've been spending 7 years making games, and being fair in games is one of the most important things to me. And I'm always, of course, guys, I'm always lenient, but how will I decide who mod is? That is subject to change as it develops. That is subject to change as it develops. Trust is going to be built. Just find your channel. You're enjoying it. Chat has been friendly. Awesome. We are trying to make it a friendly environment. All right, guys, it has been 4 minutes talking about this. I'm not telling anybody who I'm thinking about being a mod. Okay, I'm not giving that information out. I don't think that's unfair if I don't mention your name. So you guys are gonna have to be sticking around this channel for a while. I'm not saying you have to come to every stream. I'm not saying you even have to come every week, but I just want to be fair, guys. And so I don't even have solid decisions for right now for who does and doesn't qualify. I just want to be careful about it. So I respect my career a lot, and so, but I will need them, so I will have you guys know. All right, we're gonna move on to Blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person, FFF, yes, fair, fun, and friendly. FFF is what we're going with. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. Dent. I didn't read them yet. All right, Dent. All right, just for fun fishing. Let me check. Who said Dent first? Just for fun fishing, Dovid had it right above you. I'm popping out my chat and I'm showing you. Popping out my chat. And I'm showing you where. Let me go back up to Dent. Hold on. I am adding 4 minutes to the end of this one because of the talks. Gotta move this. All right, as you can see, Dovid said Dent, and then just for fun fishing said Dent. Yes, an electronic scoreboard is soon to come. That always up on the screen is soon to come, but also I have to read every single term and condition and guideline for YouTube before I allow the chat to be up on the screen. I take very little risk with certain things. This is one of them. All right. My favorite thing about all of you guys regulars is I hope this channel gets big. There's thousands of people in the Hall of Fame, and all of you guys are pretty much in the top 100, which is awesome. Continuing on to Blurt, the first definition, the red liquid that the heart pumps through the body. The second definition, the decision made by a jury at the end of a trial. Blood is correct. The decision made by a jury at the end of the trial. Verdict is correct. First person on my screen who said blood. Just for fun fishing. First, let me give you your point so I don't forget. Just for fun, you're at 7. First person who said verdict was Bronny. Bronny, where are you, Bronny? Bronny, you're at 12. Hey guys, I will have to be careful how much time I put into pausing the stream because I commit to 2-hour streams so that way people can manage their time to fairly compete and manage their own time as well. So I do have to be careful about how much I pause the stream. I do have to be careful about that. That is also another level of being fair, you know, because if I tell people that it's 2 hours and they put 2 hours into their schedule to try to compete and it goes for 3 hours, that's not fair. And I am trying to be fair in every way possible. All right, guys, we're going to continue on to another round of Blurt where I will read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a person or group that handles business for another. The second definition, someone who makes or repairs shoes. Gobbler is close enough to cobbler. I'll give the point to Just for Fun. Just for Fun at 8 points. The person or group that handles business for another. It is not accountant. Now, I know what you meant. Typos are fine. Just for fun. I'll give a hint. If you... Oh, I'll give a hint. If you are an author, you typically need one of these to talk to a publisher. Publishers don't even talk to authors. They talk to the author's blank. It's another word for manager in a sense. At least agent is correct. At least in the author world. Although I published my own book. I didn't deal with... I think I didn't have to deal with an agent or a publisher. First person on my screen who said agent would be Dovid. 1 point for Dovid. Dovid, you're at 6 points. I'm going to go ahead and read the scores real quick. I apologize. It's been a minute. Between the champions, Luke Taduke has 15. Bronny, 12. Baronator, 6. Javier, 7. Between everybody else who's competing to enter the Hall of Champions, one person will enter today. Mike Tones, 1. Ref Wolf, 1. Dovid, 6. James M, 1. Dank Rose 3, Mr. Tinkles 3, Just for Fun Fishing 8. Looks like you're currently in the lead, and Jeff Mom 1. You're in the lead, but it's not over till it's over. Please remember that you can be overtook, so do not relax. Do not relax. You have a book? Yes. I wrote a book about how to play different solitaire games. Guys, just so you know, at the end of the stream today, since it's the last one, I will be hanging out for longer than I normally do, because I like hanging out with you guys and getting to know you guys. So, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give the dictionary definition for 2 words. Thank you, I do a lot. Up to 2 points can be handed out. The first person to correctly tell me the word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, someone who is trained and licensed to treat diseases and injuries. The second definition, a tool or device used for cutting that consists of a sharp blade attached to a handle. Doctor is correct. Luke to Duke, I would encourage you to continue writing a book. It is awesome. It can be a lot of work, but it can be very rewarding. Knife is correct. Knife is correct. All right, the first person on my screen to say doctor was Mr. Tinkles. Point for Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles is at 4 points. First person on my screen who said knife. Just for Fun Fishing said Nof. Nof is close enough to knife. Just for Fun Fishing, 9 points. Barinator, that is awesome. They made a comic book there post a long time ago. Just for Fun Fishing, I get it with the big fingers. Guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. Let me make sure I know what time. Still got plenty of time. Still got plenty of time. We got a little over 45 minutes. That is very impressive, Barinator. We're going to play another round of Blurt where I will read the dictionary definition for 2 words. And then the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition gets a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, an open fireplace used for cooking meat, usually outdoors. The second definition, someone who feels that he or she is better than others or judges people by their wealth and social position. It is not grill. An open fireplace used for cooking meat, usually outdoors. Barbecue would be correct. Snob would be correct. Guys, these are typically one word. In fact, I have yet to hyphenate it. If it's hyphenated, it can be technically one, but it's hyphenated, so it's a little bit of a weird one. But these are always going to be one word unless it's hyphenated. All right, the first person to say barbecue, grill was close, but I do have to give it to barbecue, would be James. And the first person to say snob would be Brawny. Oh, James, forgot to read your score. You're at 2. Brawny, you're at 13. Guys, I'm still trying to get in that habit. Habits take some time to form. All right, we're going to continue. Ooh, we're going to play... we're going to do a couple rounds of password. The first person to correctly guess my password based off the clues and hints that I give will get a point on the scoreboard. For stuck up, I said you if you didn't notice. Oh. All right, we're going to continue on to password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. A chauffeur uses this to drive people around. It is very long. It is a very long vehicle. Horrible with gas, just for fun fishing. You got the point. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another round of password. The first person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. Oops, I accidentally looked at that. All right, guys, if you're driving a car and you hit the gas pedal, you hit the gas pedal to blank the car. This is when you kind of ramp up something. Starts with an A. It's not rev. Accelerate is correct. 1 point for James M. James, you're at 3 points. we're going to play a round of Battleship. Please, nobody start guessing it until you hear the ding, ding, ding. Battleship. You guys are going to guess where I have my ships hidden on my Battleship board. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. My ships are hidden on a 10 by 10 grid. You guys must pair a letter with a number. The rows are lettered from top to bottom, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. The columns are numbered from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For example, you could say A1 or J10. The first person to correctly guess where I hid my ship will get a point. You're allowed as many guesses as you want. Only one guess per comment. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there. I'm going to go ahead and read them off. Remember, you must be the first person to hit the ship to get the point, to qualify for the point. I'm only accepting the answers above when I said done. E5 is a hit, but it was already a hit. I3, miss. D3, miss. A3, miss. I4, miss. C5, miss. I5, miss. B2, hit. We have our first hit. 1 point for Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you're at 16 points. I just used the wrong color marker. Give me 1 second to look at the correct one. And continuing on. B5, miss. I6, miss. B3, hit. 1 more point for Javier. Javier, you are at 8 points. I7, hit. 1 point for Bronny. Give me 1 second. These pegs are very small and hard to grab. Bronny, 14 points. D6, miss. B3, hit, but it was already a hit. D3, miss. B4, hit and sunk. Nothing extra awarded for a sink. I just let you guys know. 1 point is awarded to Luke to Duke. Luke to Duke, you are at 17 points. I8, miss. D2, miss. D3, miss. B6, miss. G7, hit. As a point for Just for Fun. Fishing, Just for Fun Fishing, you are currently at 11 points. Continuing on. I9, miss. D4, miss. E10, miss. F10, hit. That is a point for AC Boy. Give me a second. These pegs can be kind of hard to grab. AC Boy, I gotta add you to the scoreboard. AC Boy, welcome to the scoreboard. And AC Boy, it looks like this is your very first time earning a point on this game show, which means after the stream, I will be adding your name to the Hall of Fame, and once you enter, you never leave. I think you're number 104. And continuing on, congratulations and welcome to the show. Continuing on. E3, miss. G2, miss. J8, miss. G3, miss. D10, miss. B4, hit, but it was already a hit. F3, miss. B7, miss. G4, miss. A1, miss. J6, miss. G3, miss. Last one, C10, miss. There's still 14 points that can be handed out for Battleship. We may or may not play another round. We will see. We will see. Make sure those are all the right color. They are. Gotta make sure I stay organized here. All right, continuing on. Just for fun, Fishing said, "This is genius. I'm hooked." Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Hey, and AC Boy, welcome to the Hall of Fame, where once you enter, you never leave. All right, we're going to continue on. And AC Boy, in case you're new here, these pink names, these are people who are already in the Hall of Champions. I enter one person into the Hall of Champions every stream, and it's whoever has the most points who's not already on there. Currently in the lead would be Just for Fun Fishing with 11 points. And then Dovid has 6. Mr. Tinkles has 4. AC Boy, Jeff Mom have 1. Ref Wolf has 1. Mike Tones, who's no longer here, has 1. That's okay. His points stay up here in case he comes back. Thank Rose, you have 3. James M, you have 3. I'm going to go ahead and read the champion scores as well. Luke the Duke, you have 17. Brawny, you have 14. Baronator, 6. Javier, 8. And we're going to FFF. You are new. Happy Shorts 11. Awesome, dude. I'm happy to be here. Just for fun. Going to be famous. Well, thank you. I'm trying to, so that way I can make games for the rest of my life. If I'm going to be honest, I would like to spend the rest of my life creating games and writing books. That is my deepest desire. So if I get to do this for as long as I could, then it would be definitely a win for my life. So he'll be back. He has work in the morning. Awesome. Hosting game show. Yeah, this is my dream right here. I've been making games for 7 years. And it took me 4 years of making games till I saw any level of profit, which was a long journey. It was a long journey. We're going to continue on to Blurt, guys. We're going to continue on to Blurt. And I will be hanging out at the end of the stream as well for a few minutes and hang out with you guys. We're going to continue on to Blurt where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person done with the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, the underground part of a plant that absorbs water and minerals from the soil, stores food, and keeps the plant in place. The second definition, an imaginary sea creature with the head and body of a woman and the tail of a fish. Root is correct. Mermaid is correct. If you guys are still here at the end of the streams, I can talk a little bit about the games I've made. But for now, we're going to play, because we have people competing, fair, fun, and friendly. To be fair, I cannot be too distracted on the actual gameplay, but the last stream of every game, I will hang out longer than I normally do. Just for Fun Fishing said Roots first. 1 point for Just for Fun. You're currently at 12. I just messed up right in that point, and I have to make sure that they are spread apart fairly so I don't confuse your points later. First person on my screen who said Mermaid would also be Just for Fun Fishing. I'm going to double check. All right, Just for Fun Fishing. 13 points. We're going to continue on. They're fun friendly. We have about 25 minutes of gameplay left because I had to add a couple more questions on the clock. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt where I will give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to have the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The first definition, and up to 2 can be handed out. The first definition, a public show in which cowboys display their skills as in horseback riding. The second definition, an instrument used to show directions. Hey, Alexia, welcome back. Road is close enough to rodeo. Another point for Just for Fun Fishing. 14 points. Compass is correct. Point for Mr. Tinkles. I do have to confirm. I gave that out fast. Yes, it was Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles, 5 points. I'll have you guys know, before I read the next blurt question, that we are gaining more people every single day into this game show. So the longer it goes on, the harder it is to enter the Hall of Champions. The harder it will be to enter. Alexio Gaming, please be appropriate. Please be appropriate. We're going to continue on to another round of blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to give me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a covering for the hand with a separate section for each finger and the thumb. The second definition, a man and a woman who are married, engaged, or partners in a dance. Glove is correct. 1 point for Just for Fun Fishing. Couple is correct. Another point for Bronny. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 15. Bronny, you are also at 15. We're going to move on to another round of blurt. Blurt is where I give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The sorry, Luke Duke. I know sometimes the internet can be laggy for some people. Just for Fun Fishing mom. Just for Fun Fishing, is this your mother? Welcome. You are welcome to the show. Lexio, yes, it is good to be nice, but you also must be appropriate, fun, fair, and friendly. Friendly means appropriate. So we're going to your couple. We're going to continue on to another round of blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary. Your wife. Awesome. I was going to ask if it was your wife. I didn't want to ask because it said mom in the name, though. So, all right. We're going to continue on to another round of blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to correctly guess the word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can't be handed out to the players. You're keeping her up. That's funny. The first definition, a piece of cloth with a special design that is used as a symbol. The second definition, an elastic waterproof substance prepared from the milky sap of certain tropical trees. Yes, welcome, Just for Fun Fishing mom, that is his wife. Flag is correct. God, that's really throwing me off. It's funny, though. First person to get flag was Ref Wolf. 1 point for Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you're at 2. Ref Wolf, I haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm going to repeat the second definition since nobody has it. An elastic, waterproof substance prepared from the milky sap of certain tropical trees. I did not know this was the definition for this word. Love learning. Get to learn a lot by hosting these games. I really do. It's not maple. I'm going to give you guys a hint. It starts with an R. There. On his lives, that's what the chat calls me. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense, Just for Fun Fishing mom. All right, guys, I'm going to have to put 10 seconds on the clock so we can continue on. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock, and if nobody gets it, read it again, and then I'll do the 10 seconds. An elastic, waterproof substance prepared from the milky sap of certain tropical trees. I actually don't know if anyone's going to get this. I would not have ever gotten this. I would have guessed syrup as well. And once I put done in the chat, if nobody got it, rubber is correct. Rubber is correct. I'm going to make sure that Mr. Tinkles was the first person on my screen to say rubber. Bronny said it right after him. I'm going to go ahead and go back. I like to be fair. First person on my screen to say rubber was Bronny. Bronny, you are at 16. Well, Just for Fun Fishing, I would love to see you and your wife come here sometime and compete and see who is going to get more points. I would love to see that friendly competition between a couple. That sounds fun. That sounds like it could get heated. In a fun way, though. In a fun way. Friendly, fun, and fair. She's Jeff Mom. Just changed her handle because you called her Jeff Mom. I did. didn't know what the... I've actually had a couple people change their name because when I read them out loud, they get a little embarrassed to change their name. Sorry about that, guys, but I do have to read them out loud. All right, we're going to move on to another round of Blurt. Did Mr. Tinkles get rubber? Let me go back and check. Yes, Mr. Tinkles did get rubber. Bronny, I can show you my screen. It goes, Mr. Tinkles said rubber. AC Boy said latex, and then Bronny said rubber. Luke Duke said row. I can always show you guys my screen to verify if you request it. But unless you request it, I'm going to continue just so that way we can keep it smooth. We're going to play another, and guys, I promise it's very soon. You guys will see the screen at all times. Just very, very soon. Just some technical things I have to work out for the health of the channel. So, continuing on to another round of Blurt, and then we're going to switch up the games a little bit. This is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person, I'll read in 1 sec, ref. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. The up to 2 points can be handed out. The first definition, a circular band of metal, especially one worn on a finger. The second definition, a list of the food available in a restaurant or other eating place. Ring is correct. Menu is correct. First person on my screen who said ring would be Bronny. And I'll read the scores in 1 second. I know that was requested. First person on my screen to say menu was Bronny. Bronny. 18. I'm going to read the scores. I'm going to start with reading the champions scores first since they're already in the Hall of Champions. Luke Duke, you have 17. Bronny, you have 18. Baronator, you have 6. Javier, you have 8. Now I'm going to read everybody else's score who's competing to enter the Hall of Champions, since one person enters the Hall of Champions every single day, as you can see down here. By the way, they're numbered from when they entered. Just like the Hall of Fame, you're numbered from when you entered. All right, continuing on. Mike Tones has 1. Ref Wolf has 2. Dovid has 6. James M has 3. Dank Rose has 3. Mr. Tinkles has 5. Just for Fun Fishing has 15. AC Boy has 1, and Jeff Mom, who is now known as Just for Fun Fishing Mom, is 1. Give me 1 second. I'm going to change your name here. Where's my marker? Guys, I really like it. You guys are liking the stream so much, bringing your friends in. All right, we are going to continue on. She's the mom of the game show. You guys cracking up. That's fair. I don't know if you made it better, say, going from Jeff's mom to Just for Fun Fishing Mom. That was really confusing for me. But it is funny. I'm glad you guys are cracking up. I am also laughing. I am trying to respectfully laugh, though. Thanks, Shannon. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys, we're going to continue on. Told Mike about you to be back. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to play a round of Password. Check how much time is left in the stream, roughly. Ooh, we got about 15 minutes before we announce the winner. All right, guys, Password is where I'm going to give you guys clues and hints, and the first person to correctly guess my one-word password without typos, punctuation, or capitalization does not matter. We'll get a point on the scoreboard. This is the one game where I am very strict with typos, just because it's called Password. All right, guys, we're going to start it. The opposite of rough would be this. I would say this is actually kind of rough. I was hoping it wasn't going to be. It is not soft. It is smooth. Hey, Almighty Royal, welcome back. Almighty Royal, welcome back. Almighty Royal, it looks like this is the first time on the scoreboard. Welcome to the scoreboard today. Almighty Royal did join the Hall of Champions very recently. There's 1 point for Almighty Royal. We'll get right back to the game. Just got to add the name. And continuing on. No, it's the sword. All right. We're going to play another round of password. The first person to correctly guess. First person to correctly guess my one-word password will get a point on the scoreboard. Typos do matter. You are not allowed to have them for this. Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one. This is a type of metal. I will admit, it is said different in the UK than it is in the US. It is said different. It is pronounced different. It is said different in the UK than it is in the US. Cans, and at least in the US, are made here. It's a longer word that starts with an A. Aluminum is correct. I do believe it's pronounced aluminium. When I lived in Jamaica, the host there was from the UK, and I believe she pronounced it aluminium. The first time I heard that, I was so confused on what she was saying. Is correct. The first person on my screen who said aluminum would be Just for Fun Fishing. 1 point for you. Just for Fun Fishing, you were at 16. Yes, I have lived in, besides my current country that I was born and raised in, U.S., I've lived in 3 other countries just for about 2 months each. Can you get the point because an aluminum sword? Did you say aluminum sword? No, you cannot get the point because of aluminum sword. You must spell it exactly. You must spell it exactly. We're going to continue on with, we're going to try it. We're going to try it since we have a lot of regulars in right now. We're going to try another 5-second rule. This one could work. This one, all right, this one will work. This is how it works. I'm going to give you guys a category. You must name 3 things that belong in this category in one comment. All 3 of your answers must be in one comment, and I will be using Google to confirm if needed. So, the first person to name 3 things found in a toolbox in one comment will get the point. Luke, I'm coming for you. Fun fishing. Guys, they must all be in one. They must all be in one comment. This is one of the rare games I play where all of your answers must be in one comment. You're allowed as many answers as you'd like. Hammer, ruler, screwdrivers. Javier, 1 point for you. Javier, you're at 9. Yes, guys, and this is why I do try to quickly explain the rules before every single round of anything and everything in case people are coming back or in case I change them. For example, this is so far the only game on the show where you need more than one answer in one comment. It also makes it easier for me to read. And then password's the only one where typos matter. I do not accept typos. Different games need certain modifications to be able to work by me going off the chat. And so I have to carefully select the best way for it to possibly do with the limitations that I have. So we're going to continue on. We're going to do one more 5-second rule. This is an actual game that's pretty fun to play in person, but this is it's played very different in person than it is on the chat. But it's very fun in person if you guys like to try it. All right, we're going to play another game, another round of 5-second rule. The first person to name 3 types of salad in one comment will get a point on the scoreboard. First person to name 3 types of salad. Put that dot there so I can keep track. Three answers in one. Caesar salad, potato salad, chicken salad. 1 point for Bronny. Also, I will have you guys know, if I only allow a certain amount of answers in the comment. Oh, I'm so sorry if I said chat. I kept meaning to say comment. I'm so sorry. It's getting pretty late. Yeah, 3 answers in one comment. I am so sorry about that. I do believe I messed my wording up. Very, very sorry. If I only allow 3 answers per comment, if you give me 4 answers, I'm only reading the first 3. Oof. All right, guys, we are going to continue on. Yes, I'm going to have to eat some dinner after this. We're going to play another round of Blurt. 6 a.m. for you. It is about almost midnight for me. We're going to play another round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to know the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. First and up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a wide, flat limb, as on a seal or walrus, that is used for swimming. The second definition: a small, light umbrella used to protect a person from the sun. Flipper is correct. Second definition: a small, light umbrella used to protect a person from the sun. Parasol is correct. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know if I know what that looks like. I'll look it up later, though. I'm going to waste your time. First person to say Flipper would be Ref Wolf. Ref Wolf, you have 3 points. First person to say Parasol, Mr. Tinkles. Mr. Tinkles, where are you on the scoreboard? You have 6 points. Bronny, what do you mean you're lost? Those are the hard ones. Those were the hard ones. All right, guys, we're going to play another round of Blurt. I'm going to give you guys the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition, we're going to point in on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: one of the 2 bony growths on the head of a deer or related animal. The second definition: a small room for hanging clothes or storing supplies. Yeah, Brian, I wouldn't have. There's a lot of these I wouldn't have gotten, if I'm going to be honest. Words are very fun like that. Antler is correct. First person on my screen to say it would be Bronny. Bronny, where are you, Bronny? 20 points, Bronny. You're at 20 points. First person to say. Actually, I don't know if you guys said it yet, so I'm not going to say it out loud. Closet is correct. First person on my screen to say closet would be Just for Fun Fishing. I'm going to double check. Awesome. Just for Fun Fishing, you are at 17 points. We got less than 10 minutes in the game left. We're going to go ahead and play another round of Blurt, where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a female horse or a female animal of the horse family. The second definition: the scientific study of heavenly bodies such as the sun, moon, planets, stars, comets, and galaxies. It is not a heifer. Whoa, Luke to Duke, friendly. There's a level of banter that is inappropriate, that is borderline, that'll be up to certain people if that is or is not, but just remember friendly. Astronomy is correct. I don't know if that, I'm sure a lot of people would say that is, but I'm sure some people would say that would not be friendly, so thank you. Nope, that's okay. It's okay. FFF. I don't think anybody has the first one. I'll reread it. A female horse or a female animal of the horse family. Lady horse. It's a mare. I know, Luke to Duke. It's fair, but sometimes jokes can cross boundaries. I'm not saying it did or didn't. I just, we just got to be careful with them. That's all. First person to say astronomy. James, you said astrology, but that's not quite close enough. Javier, you said astronomy first. Javier, 10 points. First person to say mare. That was a tricky one. That one threw you guys off. B. AC Boy. Just double checking. Like to be fair. Yes, AC Boy. 2 points. Well, you're at 2 points. Just to clarify. All right, guys. Another. Your times of watching horse videos worked. Awesome. We're going to continue on to another round of Blurt, where I read the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition: a leather or metal band for the neck of an animal. The second definition: the full-grown male of cattle. Collar is correct. 1 point to Javier. Bull is correct. 2 points to Javier. Javier, you are at 12 points. We're going to play another... All right, I see moo in the chat. I don't know if I can do it right now, but I'm going to try. I can make a pretty good moo. I actually herded an entire field of cows once. It was like 50 cows once when I was hiking on the Appalachian Trail. I started doing that at the top of a hill, and all of them started walking towards me. Sorry, that was an exciting, fun side story. We're going to move back on to Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words, and the first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. 2 points can be handed out. Thank you. The first definition, a performance of music. The second definition, a container that consists of one bottle enclosed in another bottle with a vacuum between them. I don't know those definitions. So it is correct. The second definition. Marinator, why are they all the way over there? Yeah. That was a pretty fun time. A container that consists of one bottle enclosed in another bottle with a vacuum between them. People tend to put coffee in this. I'm going to go ahead and give the first point to the person I see who said concert, which would be Javier. You are at 13 points, and I can't say the next word because I don't know if anybody has said it yet. Thermos is correct. First person on my screen to say thermos was Bronny Lee. Did I actually give a really bad hint for that? No, thermos. Thermos. I'm saying thermos. It's thermos. Okay, no, my hint was correct. All right. I do believe Bronny said thermos first. Just checking. Yep, Bronny. You got 21. Thermos. All right, perfect. I'm going to see how much time do we have left in the stream. We do not have much. We're going to play one more round of... We'll probably play one more round of Blurt. Blurt is where I give you the dictionary definition for 2 words. The first person to tell me the correct word for either definition will get a point on the scoreboard. Up to 2 points can be handed out to the players. The first definition, a written message that is usually sent by mail in an envelope. The second definition, a book with blank pages in which collections of photographs, stamps, or other things may be kept. Letters correct. 1 point for Refwolf. Album is correct. 1 point for Luke the Duke. Where are we? Refwolf with 4 points. Luke the Duke with 18 points. All right. How are we on time? Yeah, we got time for another round. All right, I'm just going to go right for the definitions. The first definition, a long, slippery fish that looks like a snake. The second definition, a group of stars that is thought to look like an animal, a person, or an object. Up to 2 points can be handed out. Eel is correct. 1 point for Bronny. Constellation is correct. Another point for Bronny. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read all of the scores. That is officially 2 hours in. I did put the extra time on the clock like I said I would. I'm going to read the scores of the champions first. Luke the Duke had 18. Bronny, 23. Baronator, 6. Javier, 13. Amongst the champions, the highest score goes to Bronny. Now we're going to read all of the competitors' names for today to enter the Hall of Champions. Mike Tones, 1. Ref Wolf, 3. Oh, and I forgot Almighty got 1. Mike Tones, 1. Ref Wolf, 4. My bad, not 3. Dovid, 6. James, 3. Dank Rose, 3. Mr. Tinkles, 6. Just for Fun Fishing, Mom, 1. Alice Boy, 2. And I would like to announce the winner of tonight's game night who will be entering the Hall of Champions. Coming in first place with 17 points. Coming in first place with 17 points would be Just for Fun Fishing. Congratulations, Just for Fun Fishing. You are entering the Hall of Champions. Your name will be added. You are the victor of tonight. Congratulations. Actually, I only made about 3 balloons that time. Oops. Best game show host on YouTube. Thank you. Wouldn't be anything without you guys, though. First of all, I want to thank my mom. Would that be your wife or like your actual mom? I don't. Who won't sleep on the couch tonight? Are you thanking your wife or your actual mom? Because Just for Fun Fishing, Mom is here, but that's your wife, so I'm confused. I don't know who you're actually thanking. Just for Fun Fishing. Oh, your actual. I still actually don't know if you're talking about your mom or your wife. Your real mom, awesome. I read for letting me watch all the documentaries on History Channel, and I still didn't know if you're talking about your mom or your wife. I was married for a couple of years, so I know how that goes. Well, congratulations, Just for Fun Fishing. Your name will be added to the Hall of Champions. No need to be sorry. We all make mistakes. That was just going back on the comments. Luke to Luke, no need to be sorry. We all make mistakes. I'm lenient with them as long as you guys aren't way over the board. There's some people who come in with like, let's say things way too inappropriate, and I don't even give them a warning. I ban them, but for the most part, I just give people warnings. Won't sleep on the couch tonight. It's funny. Welcome to the Hall of Champions. You will see your name entered into it, and we'll check and see if anybody will be added. There are a couple of people who will be entered into the Hall of Fame. Just for Fun Fishing, you will be added to the Hall of Champions. Mr. Tinkles, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Hey, we'll see you next time. Congratulations again. Might sleep on the couch. Great, my mother-in-law gets the credit. He might sleep on the couch now. Oh no, you guys are a fun couple. Hope to see you guys coming back and competing. See you guys, fun, fair, friendly environment. Ace Boy, I'll be joining more, hopefully often, and I'm not as shy with this channel. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. I try to stream every single day. I do have a family event coming up in 2 weekends, so I might not be able to stream. I will for sure not be able to stream for at least 2 days. It might be 4. I'm going to try really hard to not make it 4. Try very hard to not make it 4 days. It will for sure 2 days I will not be able to stream. Potentially 4 days. It depends on a few factors. It depends on a few factors. But I will be missing 2 weekends from now. Besides that, I do try to stream every day, and some days I do stream multiple times a day. Today, this was our 3rd stream. I think Sunday I did 4 streams as well, and they're always 2 hours long. Oh, and I forgot to show, I always show the, that's per requested by one of the players another time. I always show the battleship board. I know you guys can't see it well. That's very low on the priority ship from or priority list for making that work, but it is on the priority list. But I always do try to show it. Guys, this has been fun. Yoshi, hey, we're just at the end of the last stream for the night. But welcome, welcome. All right, Luke Duke, have a good night. Hope to see you again tomorrow. We're hanging out a little bit longer than I normally do, guys. Yeah, fair, fun, friendly. The 3S we're probably going to stick with. You're going to try to break the record. Good luck, Luke Duke. Have a great night. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. Get some rest, prepare. It's like midnight. Hey, that's fair enough. It is also midnight for me. It's 12:08 for me. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and update all of my stuff. Let's see. We got added to the Hall of Fame. Looks like James is getting added to the Hall of Fame at number 102. James M. And then we have Dank Rose. Dank Rose is also being added to the Hall of Fame at 103. Mr. Dinkles, 104. Make sure I'm spelling your guys' name right. Hey, James N, enjoyed this channel. Awesome. Very glad you did. I try to do it as much as I can. I actually probably won't be going to bed for another 6 hours. So I've got a lot of improvements to make on the stream. So I'm probably going to go to bed about 6 hours from now. I got a lot of work to do. And then I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, and just probably start streaming shortly after I wake up. Probably a couple hours after I wake up. But yeah, most of my improvements I like to make immediately after the stream. So while everything's fresh in my mind. So that's why I'm drinking a Monster at midnight. I recommend against it. They're very unhealthy. All right, I have to make sure I add everybody to the Hall of Fame. Mr. Tinkles. Just for Fun Fishing, you were added recently. Just for Fun Fishing, Mom. Just for Fun Fishing, Mom. And AC Boy. AC Boy, you're coming in at 106. AC Boy, you're officially number 106 to enter the Hall of Fame. You have to get 1 point. James M, you got a nice setup. Thank you. About a week and a half ago, I was sitting here with a small table and a chair just against the wall. Felt that as a Twitch stream co-host. Awesome. Glad you guys like the setup. I really do. I'm really enjoying this, so I want to make sure that it's enjoyable for you guys as well. I don't think you slept since Monday. I don't even know what day it is. Luke Duke wanted to know what place he was in the Hall of Fame. I didn't even see that. I can just do a quick check right here. He's number 4. Ooh, wait a minute. There was 2 Lukes. He was number 80. He was number 80 in the Hall of Fame. I forgot there was another Luke. That was number teen, Luke Christian. I remember Luke Christian. There's 2 Lukes. Let me get you back with you guys. That is cool as heck. Thank you. Now it's technically Thursday. It is. It is. I remember sometimes to get out of my announcer voice at the end. Sometimes I'll be on the phone with my buddy and just keep talking like a game host announcer. It's kind of funny, but it's just getting embedded into my DNA at this point. It's true. He would be the buddy I call. I'm glad you guys like the setup. I have another one I'm working on. I really wanted it done by this weekend, but I have so many other things to tweak for this setup that I'm not going to show you guys the next setup I have until this one is good with the stream and the scoreboard. The next setup is going to be so much easier, but it's going to be all different games. Same concept. We'll be keeping score. Somebody will enter the Hall of Champions every single stream. Completely different setup with completely different types of games, but still the same overall atmosphere. The same amount of just same everything, just completely different setup. And I'd like to switch back and forth between the setups as well to keep it fresh and alternate what's going on. And then once I have once this setup is perfect, whatever that means, I'll do the next one. Once the next one is perfect, I have already another one in mind, but I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. One thing at a time. Been working on a project with a few friends every day and just a little too much caffeine. Yeah, I agree with that. Too much caffeine on projects can help and it can hurt. I've also been having too much caffeine. I didn't drink caffeine for I think 3 months this year, and then I wanted to get my book done, so I got back into it. It was a bad decision, but my book's done, so it's good. And I do have some games that I'm going to be adding either this weekend or next week. I do have a few up there ready for me to grab down. Is it a few? Maybe it's 2 or 3. I think that's 3 or 4 games I have ready. Hey, Default, welcome back. Default's been in here since day one. He was technically the very first person to actually ever comment, but he was the second person to enter the Hall of Fame. He is never 2. I actually rewatched all of the streams to look at all the scoreboards to make sure I spelled everybody's name right in the Hall of Fame, so it was easier for me to find if you guys were already in at a later date. A lot of work, but I want to keep it up with keeping track of all this stuff. So, Default, welcome back. OG Default, yes. Been here for since the beginning. How you doing, Default? Guys, I'll hang around for a few more minutes, and then got a lot of reading to do tonight. So, good. Hope you come back for another stream sometime, unless you just got your name on the Hall of Champions, and now you just come as a special guest saying hi to everyone. You're getting into sports. Oh, okay. You know what? Good thing you got in the Hall of Champions in the game before you go get in the Hall of Champions in the sports, right? Baseball, nice. Oh, I'm sure they are. It's a good workout. Gotta run pretty fast for that one. Barinator, have a great night. Have a great night. All right, guys, I stayed about 15 minutes over, and I really got I have a lot of reading I have to do tonight to be prepared for tomorrow's stream. So I'm also going to hop off. Congratulations again, just for fun fishing. Let me make sure I added you into the Hall of Champions. Perfect. He is entering in. Oh, sorry guys, technical difficulties. I forget sometimes that I work on 2 keyboards. Just for Fun Fishing is number 20. Number 20 on the Hall of Champions. 106 people in the Hall of Fame. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Your dad did wrestling in high school. Wrestling is a great sport and great thing to know. Self-defense can be really helpful and important. So wrestling is probably one of the most important sports somebody can join, and it's a lifelong skill that can help you defend yourself in many situations. You have a white belt in Taekwondo. That is awesome. Taekwondo is also a great one. Wrestling is really good for one-on-one. Taekwondo can potentially be very good for if you have to defend yourself against more than one. Also gives you some range as well. It's a good one to know. Play airsoft. Oh, airsoft is fun. All right, guys, this has been a great stream. I will be back on tomorrow. Look out for my community post, and I will post the times that I will get on. I will do at least one stream. I don't know how many streams I will do. You guys will find out on my community post once I commit to the times. I like to stay to that commitment. You guys have a great night. Thank you again so much for playing. Congratulations again, Just for Fun Fishing. Have a great night, everybody.